Good evening, AWS and AWS fans. It's Miss Dixie, co-owner of AWS, coming to you with a late announcement. And I do apologize for making this announcement late. The reason being that it's late and so close to the show is because I've had a full weekend and a full Monday of business meetings and contract negotiations. The very last of those meetings actually was dealing with AWS business. And unfortunately, that's been a reoccurring theme over the last few months, is I've had to put my responsibilities to AWS and AWS management responsibilities on the back burner while I handled other business matters. That's actually led to some conversations between myself and a few other people in management at AWS on the best way to remedy the situation. One was I could completely give up in-ring competition and focus solely on working in management. I didn't like that idea because I rather enjoy in-ring competition. In fact, I enjoy the in-ring competition a lot more than the business side of things at AWS. And really, everyone thought I was surprised when Riker was announced as co-owner of AWS, and honestly, that was something that was in the works months before it actually happened. It was a plan that was being worked on so special attention could be paid to certain people and situations that needed it. And then he named Akbar Bashar, the Syrian Sheikh, as general manager, and that's been fine. He's got to play his role until he suffered a couple of accidents over the last couple of shows. And that's what I'm going to leave it at calling it. He suffered a couple of unfortunate accidents over the last couple of shows. Now, I'm sure everyone remembers at our last show, Nadia actually turned on her father, Akbar Bashar, which brings me to my announcement. You see, that last business meeting, I was finalizing the details of selling my share of stock in AWS. And the person I've been talking over this decision with is none other than Nadia. Me and her sat down. A lot of people don't realize it, but she's very business savvy and smart herself. And together, she showed me a way I could sell my shares, my stock, for 10 times the amount that I had invested in it. So I'm stepping away from ownership and management of AWS 10 times richer. Pretty good feeling, actually. But it doesn't stop there. You see, I know a lot of you are celebrating that I'm no longer in management, and there's probably quite a few of you who are hoping that meant you wouldn't see me at AWS anymore, but me and Nadia worked out the details of a very lucrative and very profitable and very elaborate contract for myself to continue working in AWS. And then I signed a second contract working directly for Nadia herself as her personal bodyguard. So any of the ladies in the locker room on the roster who thought they were going to step up and start demanding matches and challenging Nadia, it's not going to be that easy. As you get out of line, she's got an enforcer to make sure you know your place. And over the last few months, she's been getting some paperwork signed, taking it to our commissioner, her father, Akbar Bashar, and he's just blindly signed the paper because he loved and trusted his daughter so much that he never would have thought that he needed to read what he was signing, that she was bringing him. I don't know what she told him the papers were for. Very possible she could have told him exactly what they were for, and he just signed them anyway because it was for her. But one of the papers that she signed is she's had the win that Nikki Jade got over her thrown out, and Nikki Jade has been stripped of the AWS Women's Championship. And she has also been removed from the AWS roster. Second thing that she's had done is She's actually got him to sign papers agreeing to let her be general manager of AWS. Now, if she decides that she wants to keep him on as an assistant general manager or commissioner, that's up to her, and I'm going to let her speak on what she wants to do about that situation, what her plans are for her father's position at AWS. That doesn't involve me. What you need to know is if you challenge her on anything, or if you try to back her into a corner, you will deal with me personally. With that being said, I look forward to seeing everyone on June 10th at our next AWS show, so you can see how all the new ownership unfolds and what the new roles are going to be.